How to check a man's ego. First of all, Barbies, never crash out.
Silence. Disappear. You're unstoppable. Every time you send a long text message and
I love asking men that question. It crushes their ego. Obviously,
And you want to crush a man's ego. It's plain, it's simple.
If you want to make a guy regret losing you, you have to ignore the shit out of him.
A man should be fucking terrified of you. Because if he isn't, he doesn't respect you. Men actually crave humiliation by women.
Here's a diabolical, silent move that flips the power instantly and makes his ego feel microscopic.
How to check a man's ego. First of all, Barbies, never crash out. If you are sending huge text, huge paragraphs, trying to explain to your man what he's missing out on you, he's just gonna look at it and say, well, damn, I took the right decision. She's crazy. I dodged the bullet. You want to know how to bruise a man's ego the right way and the only way? There is no other way. Where he's thinking, damn, I think I made a mistake. I'm so stupid. I need to fix this. First step, disappear. Become a ghost. Why? Because this guy feeds off your attention. When you try to contact him, to call him, to text him, when you give off your attention to him, well, he just thinks, well, she's so into me. I got her. I will never lose her. Without me, her life is falling apart. She's going nowhere. No, 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 you don't want that. Back away. No call, no text, no stalk on his social profile. The more you stay away, the more he gets out of his comfort zone and he starts to think, well, maybe she's better off without me. Maybe she found another guy already. And watch. Second step, progress in your life and let the world see it. Girls, you get your career right, you get your fitness right. Don't tell him your life is gonna be amazing without him. Just do it and watch. You know what? You might not even want him after all this because now you have so many more options. Third step, and this is the most important one. Don't ever, I mean ever, explain to him how he treated you. There is absolutely no need to justify or to explain how bad he treated you. Everything he did that hurt you, believe me, us men, we know. Because not only it is useless, but it puts you woman in a position of weakness. If you want to get your power back and you want to check this guy's ego, there is so much power into walking away without having to explain yourself, without having to justify to make him chase you or make him apologize to you. And the moment you find someone that is aligned with this new version of yourself, that's how you bruise a man's ego.
Hello guys, welcome back. So guys, today we're going to be talking about challenging men's ego. We all know that men has ego, and most times they hold their ego in high esteem. Most of these men, they care about their ego so much to the extent that some of them, they neglect your feelings. And if you're in a relationship where you discover that your feelings does not matter to that man that you are with, and you want to challenge his ego, and you don't know how to go about it, I think this video is for you. You should watch it to the end and hear some opinion concerning how to crush or challenge that man that you are with to challenge his ego. Challenging his ego does not necessarily mean that you should bring him down or should make him feel worthless. No, challenging his ego means that in this very topic means that you should let him know that your feelings matters. What you should do in that relationship that will prove to him that with or without him that you are who you think you are. Anyway guys, without talking too much, let's dive in.
Ladies, if you're talking to a man and he turns around and he tells you, you know, I'm actually not looking for anything serious right now, all you have to do is turn around and reply to him, oh, but I am. It turns out you are not my type. Crush his ego.
You see, in order for him to really fall in love with you in a way that he will have a hard time forgetting you, you have to hurt his ego. If he says, I'm that type of person, I'll never go out with a girl who takes a long time to text me back, all that kind of stuff, then you got to make him feel like he's breaking his own rules. That means that you take 10 hours to respond. That means that you cancel one out of every 3 or 4 dates. That means that you do not show up to the date and then you come up with some bullshit excuse. The point is that if he takes your bullshit, in his mind, he's going to say, the reason why I am taking her bullshit is because I like her a lot. And he'll backward rationalize that he loves you. Hurting his ego, destroying a guy's ego will create the toxic type of attraction that he'll have to go to his goddamn therapist in order to get over you.
When you see him after the breakup is over, after you've been in no contact for quite some time, here's a diabolical, silent move that flips the power instantly and makes his ego feel microscopic. Here's the thing though, this only works if you have let him go. If you are still holding on to him, you still miss him, you're still crying over him, this is gonna be a lot harder. But if you've let him go, then this is gonna be effortless, okay? Number one, when you see him, when you walk into the room that he is in, you don't even register him. There is nothing. You are neutral. No jealousy, no anger, no dirty look. He's just a person there. Honestly, that is more triggering to a guy than you even being angry at him, because then he just gets none of your energy. The second thing is, look, this guy is holding you back. Let's be real, okay, girls? And now you are glowing up. You are leveling up. You will look better than you did when he had access to you. And it's your time to shine. You know what I mean? Like, you got fresh skin, new hair, new nails. Like, you're just giving off aura. Yeah. The last part of this diabolical plan is you're just warm and friendly and a great space to be around for everyone that you interact with. Because he's going to see that and know that he doesn't have access to that. And he's going to be regretting his loss, because it's his loss, not yours.
You know that point in a breakup where you can process the fact that that wasn't the person for you. You can heal from the fact that you're not that hurt anymore, but you cannot get over the ego trip of, it's like, okay, you weren't right for me, but why wasn't I right for you? Like, what did I do wrong? What do you mean you didn't want to be with me? What do you mean I wasn't your person? Like, that's what's fucking me up.
Do you want to break his ego? The next time he ghosts you and randomly pops back up with a text, you reply with this: bro, she's in the shower, but I'll let her know. Stay toxic.
Women, I'm going to tell you the most toxic thing you can say to a man, period. Listen to me when I tell you, use this lightly. Do not say this to somebody you think you're going to make up with or that you genuinely love and you don't want to hurt them bad, okay? It's none of the small wiener jokes, like you're not making it just a direct, like you're little or nothing like that. Don't say any, like, don't go the small wiener route. This is how you bring this on. You know your relationship's done, or he's talking to you in a way that he shouldn't talk to you. He's calling you the B word. Just talk about things and, like, be civil and be like, I love it. I love everything that we had together. It really sucks. Like, I actually genuinely like everything with you, from this to actually having sex with you. Like, it's comfortable. Unlike my last relationship where I was in excruciating pain the whole time. Like I love doing it with you. Like, I couldn't even take that. And like, I'm going to end up with somebody like that again. And what you have is perfect. You say something to that degree, if he is hurting you and making you not hurting, like physically, like if he's mentally hurting you, you fucking hit him with that shit, there's no coming back from it. There's no coming back from that. You want to say the most toxic thing you can say to a man, you want to rip his heart out, you want to rip his soul out, that right there's the way to do it. Please use that lightly, because that is a man breaker. And I mean, you take a man and turn him into a little child again, okay? Use that lightly.
So guys, let's take this comment. This person here said, I left the country, solo traveled for 6 months, got even more fit, lived my best life, focused on only me and zero contact. I got more attention from him than ever in 2.5 years. Wide. No second changes here. What? Guys, let's continue.
I don't think you guys understand. Your avoidant thinks about your relationship, and every time that they think about it, they get emotional. And when they get emotional, they don't allow themselves to cry. Or if they do cry, somebody asks them what's wrong with them, and they say, nothing, I'll be fine. And they wipe their tears, and they literally continue to go on without their day as if nothing happened. As if they weren't just thinking about you, as if they weren't just thinking about the relationship. And all the suppression stuff is cute, right? And the suppression is cute as long as you are still an option, as long as you will continue to answer their breadcrumbs, as long as, you know, you continue to pick up the phone when they call you, as long as you are still available. But you know what's going to really hurt an avoidance ego and like really break them? When they find out that you're in a new relationship. Oh my goodness. When they find out that you are in a new relationship, when they find out, oh yeah, I'm expecting, when they find out that you're engaged, it's not going to be funny anymore. And this person is not going to know. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, they'll be fine. Yes, in the end, sure. You know what? Fine. They'll eventually move on. But the moment that they find out that you have moved on and that you are like taken, or that someone else married you, dude, because they know that they didn't try their hardest to be with you. They know that they let their trauma get the best of them. They know that the two of you really loved each other. But when they realize that their avoidant goblin literally like hijacked their system and let a good person, like specifically not just a good person, because they meet good people all the time. When their nervous system catches up to them and they realize that they let you go, oh my gosh. That's the thing. Y'all think avoidants are big bad, like the big bad wolf. You think they're the boogeyman. They're not. You are more powerful than the avoidant, because when they find out that you're no longer like an option for them, dude, they're going to lose their marbles. They're going to, mark my words.
Sometimes all it takes to hurt a man's ego is just like comparing him to another man. So-and-so just does it better. He just does it like this. And I'm just used to this type of treatment now. And I guess my standards have just raised. He's just better. If you can like incorporate that into your conversations with men, like indirectly and like smoothly, yeah, you will break their ego. Like, and they won't even know what's happening, because then they're like, that man's not gonna get one over on me. Like, men get so fucking competitive. So you just like mess with his mind. I do this shit all the time. Happy hunting.
You want to bruise that man's ego? Blowing up his phone and sending essays, it's not the move. That's a spectacle. He eats that up. Instead, learn to move with intention. Save this, share it, and follow the steps. Number 1, become a phantom. Vanish. Silence is a weapon. No receipts, no late night voicemails, no public scenes. Men feed on attention. Starve him. Let your silence multiply his worry and shrink his ego. Number 2, elevate publicly. Level up everything. Money, body, purpose. Show up for your goals and post your wins. Book the trip, sign the client, glow up so loud, the notifications alone stings. Results speaks, explanations whisper. Number 3, deny closure. Don't give him a scene. Build so far past him that the old you is unrecognizable. Close the chapter by living the next one. This isn't petty, it's power. Protect your softness. Enforce your standards. Let your future be the comeback. Your glow up will bruise his ego better than any message ever could.
The women who leave in silence be crushing niggas' egos. Be crushing their egos. I'm never the one that leave in silence. I'll be done with you, and then you always will hit me back. But I crash out. But the way that some women be leaving in silence, them strong women. Them the ones that you know, like, he looking for her. He looking for her so hard he done got with a new woman. And let's say the woman name was Delilah. He done named his damn daughter Delilah. The mama talking about, oh, Delilah, you're just so cute. I just love you. Little does she know, he's in love with Delilah. And now you're in love with Delilah. And Delilah is somewhere living her life. And now he's still looking for Delilah. And don't let him run into Delilah, because now he telling Delilah he done named his first daughter after her. Then when the mama find out, she just looking stupid, feels stupid, is stupid. Well, she ain't stupid, she know. But Delilah is the one. Be Delilah. I don't even know who that is, but be the one that leave in silence. I can't do that. I crash out. I'm going to cuss you out. And then after I get done, I will never talk to you again. Yes, I will. But
Alright, talking about ladies out there, this ain't destroy a man's ego. 100% guaranteed. So only do this if he actually deserves it, and not to be toxic. Number 1, the most effective one, pretend you don't know who he is. Like, girl, give Oscar. Because you gotta make him really believe that you don't know who he is. And trust me, this tip does even more damage when you guys went on so many dates and hung out so many different times. Because rather than getting mad at him or upset at him, for whatever he did. Pretending that you don't know who he is will just show that you don't care. He'll probably be like, oh damn, like why shouldn't you care? Because guys are used to seeing girls get mad, upset at them. That ain't new to them. But acting like you don't know them and you don't care, that will mess with their head. Because just in general, when you forget somebody, it already hurts their feelings. So doing that after you guys spent so much time together, that is damage. Number 2, this will only work if he actually cares about you, but just ignore him constantly. Like always leave him on scene. Like if he texts you saying you want to come over, ignore it. Matter of fact, open it and let him see that you've seen it and that you didn't respond. And now if they care about you, it's gonna mess with their head. If they don't care about you like that, they're just gonna find someone else. And now if they actually care about you, it's gonna mess with their head. Probably double text you saying, oh, do you want to do something else? And then from there, the ball's in your court. And lastly, number 3, backhand compliments. Anything that seems backhanded, like for example, oh, you smell different, did you change your cologne? Will make them think, oh wait, did you think I smell bad? And it'll make them start questioning themselves, which is exactly what you need to do to break a man's ego. And now these tips are really toxic, so you gotta make sure that they actually deserve this. But if they do, hey, this is my Thanksgiving gift to you. You can thank me later. And follow for more content like this.
If you want to make a guy regret losing you, you have to ignore the shit out of him. Okay, that's pretty much how it works. It's pure psychology. Why? Because you have to go after his ego. You have to actually make him wonder what the hell is going on through your mind. So I get so many messages here, people asking me, this person, like, how can I get this person's attention? Here's the thing, silence is power. I say this in all of my videos. Silence is power. Why? Because when you are silent, you are not giving this person anything to go by. The more attention that you're feeding someone, the more they feel wanted and needed. So you have to take away that power away from them so that they can feel like you no longer give a fuck. Some people may think it's manipulation. It really isn't. You are teaching your brain that you can go a long time without their attention. And trust me, he's going to be wondering, how come you're not texting him? How come you're not back to him? How come you're no longer feeding him attention? This guy already knows that you're into him and you're trying really hard to get his attention. When you remove that attention...
Reacting to those points that said that you should live quietly, that is the best way to crush a man's ego. So guys, let's take this very comment and hear what this person has to say concerning that very topic, because I've shared some video here where some people are saying that you should just leave the relationship quietly, don't react, don't even respond, that you should just ghost him. That is the best way to crush his ego. So guys, let's hear what this person has to say concerning that. This person said, that's BS. Approach people with confidence. Your silence is their peace to move on, doing what they were already doing behind your back. Hold your self-respect and value high in their face for yourself, and don't want them is the way to do it. So this person is saying that you should confront their BS. Like, you don't just walk away just like that. Don't just ghost like that. Don't just keep silent just like that. That you should confront that person, that man that is treating you the way you don't like. You understand? What do you think about this very comment? Do you agree that you should confront the person, or you agree to those people that have dropped different points here saying that you should just leave him quietly, like don't react, like silence is the key to crushing the man's BS? Anyway guys, let me know. Let's continue.
You want to humble a man real quick? Don't argue, don't explain, just disappear and your peace protected. Men with fragile egos, they're not built for a woman who doesn't spiral when they decide to pull back. They crave a reaction. So when you hit them with nothing and an unbothered upgrade and unbothered silence, baby, that's psychological warfare. Let him wonder why that little disappearing act didn't break you. Spoiler. Because you were the prize the whole entire time. Follow if your silence is your new superpower.
No need to crash out. No need to send long text messages. No need to send 20 minutes voice note. No need to be calling down the man's phone. No need to be going around his yard. No need to be chasing him around the community. Here is what you're going to do when you want to crush a man's ego. It's plain, it's simple. So the first thing, ladies, what you have to know is that you have an amazing energy. Your energy is everything. As a woman, we are very desirable. That's what you need to know. So here is the first step. Listen, starve that man of your attention. Zero attention is still attention. Do you understand? Zero attention is still attention. What you need to do is starve him. Silence. Your silence will cut that man deeper than you think. Because you see them ego big, you know. So when you starve them of attention, it cuts deeper than you think. Your silence is so powerful. Secondly, elevate. Elevate yourself publicly. Not privately, publicly. So elevate yourself with your business, your work, your lifestyle. Just to glow up, babies. Glow up publicly. Because one thing men detest, they detest a woman looking good. They want us to look like what they're putting us through. But you see, when you glow up publicly and they see that you're not what they're putting you through, it's gonna fuck up their meds. Yeah, it will fuck up their meds because you do not look like the shit they're putting you through. Lastly, closure. You do not need closure. You do not need no closure. Your closure is where you are now and where you want to be. Yeah? You don't need to remember nothing. You don't need to sort nothing out. Closure is now and where you want to be. That's how you're going to crush a man's ego.
Want to bruise a man's ego without being messy? Watch this. And before anyone gets angry, there are moments where a guy deserves to be put in his place. Also, make sure to check out my ebook that's in my bio. First new move, stay unbothered on purpose. Not cold, not rude, just calm. When he's clearly trying to get a reaction and you respond like it didn't even register, it throws him off. Men bruise their own egos when their behavior doesn't land. Nothing rattles someone faster than realizing they're not as impactful as they thought. Second, respond with clarity, not emotion. Something simple like, that doesn't really work for me. And then you move on. No explanation, no over talking. When you don't defend yourself or over explain, it quietly signals confidence. He's left sitting with the discomfort instead of handing it back to you. Third idea, lower the access. Not dramatically, you stop engaging the same way. Shorter replies, less availability. You don't announce it, you just shift. The ego bruise comes when he realizes the version of you he had access to is now gone. Fourth, and this one is underrated. Stay consistent with your standards. If he crosses a line, if you treat him the same way you would anyone else who crossed it, calmly, firmly, without bending, it forces him to see you as someone he can't control or test. That hits deeper than any clapback ever could. Because here's the truth, you don't bruise a man's ego by being louder than him. You do it by being steadier than him. By not chasing, not explaining, and not reacting the way that he expects. Your peace is the flex, and when you stop giving energy to what disrespects you, that's when the real shift happens. Let me know if you want another video about this.
Bruise his ego and ruin his life, okay? That one person that's constantly messing you around and driving you up the wall, you're gonna flip it and drive him up the wall and make him legitimately go crazy. The key to this is zero reassurance, zero validation, zero reaction. You don't give him a reaction. He's looking for a reaction constantly. You never give him the reaction that he wants from you. When you're arguing, just send him this over and over again. Drives them crazy, but not in a serious way. Like, it has to be in like a joking way. Like, I don't get what you're saying to me right now. Like, you have to give them something, like a phrase that then they're going to use in the future when you're pulling away from them. Because if you say a phrase to them, like, you're all mine, for example, and then you like completely take it away from them, they're going to repeat that phrase to you in a couple weeks to like re-spark that in your brain because you've said that to them in the past. You didn't mean it when you said it though, but he means it now when he's saying it. Manipulative men are so calculated that it's like, they think that if they say to you, you're mine, because you've said it in the past, it's going to work on you now because you've used it before. Does that make sense? So be all lovey-dovey one week, like, you're mine, you're mine. And then when he says it to you, because he will, they use the same phrases that you use. Manipulative people study you and your mannerisms and the way that you talk. When they repeat that to you in a couple weeks, you go like, in what world? Like, I'm not. No, I'm not, brother. Brother, I'm not. This is what I mean about zero reassurance. People who are manipulative will absolutely need reassurance and validation that you are theirs and you belong to them. Never give it to them. You can say it for the shits and gigs, but never mean it. No. If he likes to do the whole ignoring thing, like hot and cold, on and off, don't text him all day. Get to like 9 p.m, 10 p.m. and be like, I've been thinking about you all day. Like, this is why I always say to never, ever, ever tell this person that you want a relationship with them. Never give them that satisfaction that that's what you want out of this. You don't understand what it does to someone when they feel like they have to convince you why you should be in a relationship with them. They are constantly searching for that reassurance and validation that you do want them. That is when they start to go crazy. That is when they start to go absolutely insane. They just need the satisfaction to hear you say, I want to be with you. Never give them that. I don't care how drunk you are. Don't ever give them that. You're the one in control. You're the one with the power. When they say things to you like, I know you're so obsessed with me. I know you love me. I know you like me. Look at them with disgust and not a cutesy, oh my God, no, I'm not. Genuinely look at them like you are disgusted by what they just said. They will never be able to get that look out of their head. Like, look at them like they are insane, and they will feel the most embarrassment. They could be sober and they'd wake up from that the next day with anxiety. Like, they will be like, oh my God, why did I say that? Like, I'm wrong. You need them to think that they were wrong for thinking that you ever liked them like that. And only do this stuff with men who are extremely manipulative and like hurting you constantly. Don't do this to someone that's nice. But holy hell, we need to get our power back here, because we can't let this person have all that power. Okay? I'll do a part 2.
If you really want to hurt a man's ego, and by this I mean like actually destroy him, coming from a girl whose ego was hurt 1,000 million times, all you need to do is get a new boyfriend that treats you 1,000 times better. Trust me, men are not going to respond to your messages being like, I'm losing interest or whatever people advise you to do, because they don't really give a shit. The only thing they care about is you actually moving on from him and him not being able to come back to you, because there will be a nice boy who treats you and worships you like an actual princess. Second method is, and I wouldn't really recommend it, I haven't done it and I haven't come up with it, is to sleep with their best friend. But I'd say the first method works so much better. Let me know in the comments who agrees with me, and follow me for more content like this.
Hey, but like, how tall do you really wish you were? I love asking men that question. It crushes our ego. Obviously, I don't do it to any men. I only do it to men that I really just don't want to talk to. I think that question is like the easiest way for them to be like, just so taken aback, and they're like, what? Especially to tall men too. Like, you know those tall men whose their personality is literally being like 6'3"? Like, there's so much more to life, and how sad is it that like you're only talking about height? So I'll just be like, okay, but like, how tall do you really wish you were? And you gotta do that like a little curious face. And they'll be like, what do you mean? Like, I'm already so tall, like 6'3". And I'm like, you wanted to be 6'3", like only 6'3". Oh, yeah. Only to crush their ego. Don't do it to like normal men. They're nice. Or asking really fit men who love flexing their strength. Be like, wait, do you ever wish you were like really athletic? They get so flustered, because they're like, what do you mean? Like, I play this, I play that. You do? Wait, you don't look like that. Oh, interesting. And you move on. Like, move on. Do not engage in that conversation anymore, because you're just giving them more attention.
So this other comment here said, the fact that you are so desperate to make your ex regret shows how insecure you are. Just forget about him and do what you love. And this person replied and said, you just completely twist what she said. So this person is reacting to one of the video where the person said in that video that you should level up, that you should, you understand, improve on yourself, like make yourself more beautiful, invest in yourself, like just level up basically, so that the man will see you and say, oh wow, this lady is not the way I left her. She has improved. You understand? Just trying to make him know that you are not the way he left you, or rather the way you left, or you understand? So this person is saying now that the person, I mean the lady now that is trying to level up, that she's desperate about her ex regretting, that you shouldn't bother yourself, that you are insecure when you try to do that. Like all this point that we are giving here, that what you should do to crush his ego, to make him know that with or without him, that you are who you say you are, that you are that woman, that you have your value. This person said that it's insecurity for you to go to that extent, that you should forget about him and do whatever you love. What do you think? Do you agree? Like, I don't understand. For me, guys, I did not agree with this very comment. He said that it's insecurity for you to still focus on your ex, how your ex feel, how your ex not feel. The truth is that we are human, and it's very, very okay for you to level up. It's very, very okay if your ex, or should I say when your ex sees you later in the future and he sees that you are better than the way you are. It's very, very okay for you to try to level up in every ramification of your life, in every aspect of your life. It's very, very, whether you are trying to get his reaction, or you are trying to make him regret, or whatever it may be, or whatever the reasons are, or you are just doing it for yourself, it's very, very okay for you to level up. It's very, very okay. You making him to regret does not mean that you want him back. Or should I say, you trying to make the people that have hurt you to see that you are not the way they left you, that your life is now better, does not necessarily mean that you want them back, or you want them to be hurt, but you just want to prove to them that you are better than the way everybody wants to improve in life. Everybody wants that person to see that, oh, what they did to you, you do not deserve it. And that does not mean that you are insecure, or you don't love what you are doing, or you are not in a better place. Guys, I don't know. What do you think about this comment? For me, I do not agree. If you agree with this comment, also let me know in the comment section, guys. Let's continue.
A man should be fucking terrified of you. Because if he isn't, he doesn't respect you. Men actually crave humiliation by women. You cannot give him certainty because that equals boring, predictable, and a placeholder. You need to give him contradiction. A backhanded compliment, for example, always works because it chips his ego but also feeds it just enough to keep him hooked. If you give a man a backhanded compliment, that tiny gap between recognition and rejection is what's going to make his mind spiral. Because his mind, the male ego, is built to chase, to find clarity and to gain approval. So if you constantly tell him how great he is, how handsome he looks, how amazing he is, how beautiful the dinner places he's chosen, yawn, he's gonna forget in 5 minutes. If you walk into the room while he's getting ready for date night later on with you and you make a little comment about his outfit like, oh, this shirt is so much better than the one you wore last time. I love it. It looks amazing. Finally, we're getting somewhere. See how it's not rude or arrogant or aggressive or bitchy? It just doesn't close the feedback loop. Right example of a tiny moment that makes all the difference. A tiny moment where you plant yourself in his mind. Because he cannot help but think, what do you mean last one? The last time I wore something? What is she talking about? And what was wrong with the last t-shirt? It will chip away on his subconscious mind and on his ego. It'll condition him to seek your approval every time before you head to dinner.
Want to bruise a man's ego? Let me tell you right now, blowing up his phone, sending novels of text, and acting out isn't the move. Here's the real way to do this. And save this, send it to your girlies and actually listen. Step 1, become invisible. Disappear from his world. Don't feed him any attention because that's fuel. Silence is louder than any fight. Trust me. It eats him alive. Step 2, elevate in plain sight. Stack your money, sharpen your goals, glow up your body and your life. Show the world and him what thriving looks like without him. Your wins become the loudest message that he'll never be able to mute. Step 3, leave that door locked. Don't hand him closure. Let him sit in the silence in the empty space he created. By the time he realizes what he's lost, you'll already be unrecognizable. Too busy building the life that he can't touch. This isn't revenge, this is reclamation. Stay soft for yourself, ruthless for your standards, and let your glow be the clapback. Reclaim your power with boundaries, silence, and a glow up. The best comeback is the life you build.
If you want to break a man's ego, or should I say, if you want to challenge a man's ego, you have to focus more on yourself. You have to give him the same energy that he is giving you in that relationship. You have to let him know that with or without him, you are who you say you are. You are okay. You do not let him be the center around your world, or how do they say it? Like, as if without him, you cannot breathe. You should always level up. Don't let him meet you the way he left you. I do not mean that maybe it's coming back to you, like people are reconciling, maybe there was a breakup. No, that's not what I'm saying. Maybe you eventually met in an occasion or whatever. Like, you should see that you have leveled up. If you want to date or you want to go into another relationship, make sure that you are with a man that is 10, okay, let me just say 2 times better than the way he is. Just try to improve in your life, in everything. Then you will see how he will be reacting, feeling. He will trying to get back to you. So guys, what do you think? For me, I believe breaking a man, or should I say challenging a man's ego, does not necessarily mean that you want him back again to your life, that you are doing all these things, like you are manipulating him, like you are wanting his attention back again. No, that does not mean that you are breaking his ego. Breaking his ego means, in this context, means that you are challenging him, trying to make him know that you are who you think you are. Nobody should bring you down through their action, words, or thoughts. You should always let that person in your life know that you are who you say you are. And you have to show it through your action, not words. Because I've noticed it that most men, they don't care about what you say. When you continually say something, maybe complain about this particular thing that you don't like that they are doing to you, at some point, they will just normalize it that you complain too much, or, oh, you that's like, you understand what I'm trying to say? So the best way to go about it is by action, proving yourself, letting them know that you are who you say you are. So the only way you should do it is action. So guys, I will leave you guys here. What do you think about this video? Let me know in the comment section if you agree, or if you don't also agree. Drop it at the comment section for me. Till I come your way again next time. Remain blessed. Bye.